Hi, Brigham. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Perfect. How's it going?
good. Sorry I'm late. A few
It's
technical
okay.
difficulties.
No worries. Sometimes I am as well.
Hmm.
Alrighty. So, tell me, what would you say is maybe the thing that you would like to focus on most today? The thing that maybe is your biggest goal for this session, or kind of something we could build off of what we did last time? What are you thinking?
As much as I don't want to say it, I think I need help on um, that one script that we just went over a couple times last time
Oh, sure.
that has the New York accent.
Ah, yes. Sure thing. Okay. So, alrighty. Okay, let's just pull it out and let's take a look at it, and then we will see what needs to be done with it.
Okay, cool. Would it help if you do you want like me to paste it in the
Yeah, that'd be great.
okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. So luckily it really doesn't really emphasize the fact that he has an accent. It just mentions like she just
Perfect.
in passing in the narration just passes like he said in a funny accent,
Yeah.
and she's never been to New York before, so she doesn't recognize it.
Right. Yeah. So it's a little less pressure then.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and I just want you to try it once and we're just gonna go from there. So just let me hear what you're doing with it and we'll go from there.
Okay. I'm always really glad whenever, especially reading ones with accents, that I'm looking at a Word document and I can't see your face because I know that you're probably
Oh.
just like, uh,
So also too, I mean, if you want to start by this first read through, just doing it like in a, your normal voice
just normal. Yeah.
dialect, that'd be fine too. We could start there.
Okay, cool. A warm breeze had dried the sheets. I was taking them down when a man started across the side yard. A stranger. Grandma, I said to warn her. Whoa, she called out to him. What's your business? He carried nothing in his hands and looked travel worn. I wondered if he was a drifter who'd wandered away from the Wabash tracks. I'm looking for a room, he said in a funny accent. He was a little fellow for this part of the country. Who sent you to me? The postmistress, he said, blinking through horn-rimmed glasses. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room, and you're the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here? Used to, but it got burned to the ground in the War of 1812. Grandma watched him to see if he was dumb enough to believe the War of 1812 had been fought around here. He was. Where are you from? She asked. New York. He stood drooping in the yard, keeping his distance from Grandma. I'm here from the WPA, the Works Progress Administration. The government? Grandma's eyes narrowed. He nodded. I'm supposed to do some painting in the post office. Give it two coats, Grandma advised. The paint's about the only thing that's holding it up. The post office was a one-room shanty behind the coffee pot cafe. It used to be the barber shop. Not that kind of paint, not that kind of painting, he said, tired. I'm an artist. I work large, murals mostly. Well, you won't get a mural on our post office, she told him. There's not room in that cracker box to hang up your tintype. He knew that, but they cut my orders in Washington. Now Grandma's eyes narrowed to slits. That's our tax dollars in action, she said. What they paying you? $4 per diem, he said. Son, you're home, Grandma said.
Nice. Good. All right. Great. So, when we think of a New York accent, what are the things that you think of? Or the thing, like maybe characters from things that you've watched? Like, what are the things that stand out to you for a New York accent?
So there are two that come to mind immediately.
Okay.
One is one is Newsies.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, especially like the one of the characters has a really strong "What's the matter with you?"
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes.
that guy, and also even the way Christian Bale talks in that is he adds a little bit of that New York.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the other one is even though it takes place in Chicago, I looked it up and confirmed that his accent is New York. It's it's
Mm.
Joe Jr. from While You Were Sleeping. I don't know if you are familiar with that movie. Um,
Yep.
yeah, he's actually like a New Yorker, and he plays mostly roles in New York, and he didn't really alter his voice much for the Chicago accent.
Mm.
So I also
Yeah.
picture that voice as well.
Great. Awesome. Okay, so then, okay. So I think listening and having those character inspirations, those people in mind is really helpful. So when you think of those characters, what are the things that you hear in their voice?
There's a little bit of they're very direct, extremely direct. Um, they say what they're thinking. They don't hold back.
True.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Not necessarily out of a desire to be, to be mean. It's just that's just how
Hmm.
they are. You know,
Yeah.
they say it how it is, um, and and they might be and they're often kind of quirky, um, just in their own way, but they're you know set on how they are, and there's almost a little bit of a whiny quality to it. Um, that I think really kind of comes out sometimes. Um, just in the way that they elongate certain vowels, um, or add in certain ones, kind of, or just like
Mm.
you know, a lot more laws and all that kind of thing.
Ah, yes. Yes. Yes,
Um,
that's a good one to point
yeah,
out and keep in mind. Yes.
yeah, and like it's like they like their vowels. Uh,
For sure.
yeah, like when Joe Jr. is talking to Sandra Bullock, and he's just like, "Are you sure?" Because it looks like he's leaning. You know, it's they really like those vowels, and
Hmm. Definitely.
and
Yeah.
yeah, they'll often kind of cut out certain consonants. Like instead of hey, they'll say hey.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. So you've done some listening. Love that. So kind of immersing yourself in that. And you can think of things like Goodfellas, Saturday Night Fever, My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah,
You can listen to some like real people on YouTube, TikTok, interviews, that kind of thing. So I always like to start personally with thinking of the R whenever I'm doing accent work. So this is so they're like fancy words for it, right? But we're just gonna think drop the R, just like Boston or certain Southern accents. We're gonna drop or soften that R sound. So like car is ka,
ka,
right?
ka.
Here,
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
mother, mother, right? Um, they still pronounce that R when it's the beginning or in a stressed syllable. So like really, right? Really.
yeah.
Ready, ready, you know? Um, so the the A sound. So like in bad, they do kind of like an or like
Bad,
can't, mad, bad. There's
bad,
like an A almost, and they do a little diphthong, bad. Like bad
bad,
almost, bad.
not
And
bad,
then
not bad.
can't, more like can't,
Can't,
like with a
can't,
can't almost,
can't,
can't. And then mad, like
can't.
mad. So it's
Mad.
nasally, it's stretched, it gives a kind of a punchy edge, and it's usually turned into a diphthong. The TH usually becomes a D or a T. So like that,
Yeah,
you could do as dat, those, does, with, wit, right? Wit that, right? What at?
yeah,
Where you going with that?
yeah.
So especially true for like a working class, like the Bronx or Brooklyn. They do some glottal stops and T flapping. Not always, but like bottle, a bottle of water could be like bottle or a bottle. Some people do the glottal stop bottle or so the T becomes more of a D and then or you can do the glottal stop bottle. Water becomes more like water, right? Or water. So you can kind of think um water is a little like brighter one, and some people round a little bit more. So it just kind of depends. But yeah, think of you can do like bottle or bottle there. So the T's become more of a D there. And like you were saying, the attitude is everything. It's like swagger, pace, rhythm. New York is all about the culture of it. So talking fast, being direct, confident, street smart. Um, you can use a little sarcasm or like a dry delivery sometimes.
Hmm.
What are you doing? You talking to me? Right?
Yeah,
Get out of here,
yeah.
or get out of here, if they don't do the H. Um, so what I like to do is pick phrases that help me get into it. So things like forget about it, like things that are like, I'm walking here, like phrases that you hear, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Won't spill coffee on my dog, coffee,
Don't walking
schmear,
my dog.
bagel and schmear, you know,
Yeah.
that's my sister's car, not mine, right? Um, and you can also practice just like one word, like caught, or park, like park, Thoity, he turned Thoity,
Yeah.
my brother. So yeah, to think of people like a deli owner in Brooklyn or a cop in Queens or a Staten Island cabbie, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and play with some of that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take just like one phrase at a time that this character says.
Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I'm looking for a room.
Okay. So what do we notice there? Like for, if we think about the R's, right? What are some of those rules and words we might change?
Um, so I'm looking at I'm look I'm looking I'm looking
Yeah,
I'm
looking.
looking
Yeah,
I'm looking for a room for I'm
for.
looking
I'm not going
for
to do the for, right?
looking
For.
for
Looking for a
for
room. I'm looking for a room. Can we get a little more nasality in that?
yes. I'm, I'm
And
looking
try
for
with a little more attitude.
I'm looking for a room. I'm looking for a room
For a. Practice just
for
that.
a
For
room
a.
for
For,
a
it's like O
that's hard.
For
For
a.
a room. For
For
a
a
room.
room.
For a room.
Yeah, you could do like for a room. Like it's almost like it's the same for a room. It doesn't, you can just leave out the even for a room.
Ah,
Like faux
That's
a
smart.
room
Yeah.
almost instead of like faux.
Yeah. I'm looking
For
for a
some
room.
pepperoni, like for a room, for a room. It's almost like one word.
I'm looking for a room. Uh, um, I'm looking for a for a room. For a
Yeah, do you
room.
feel you're still trying to do like for a room, for?
For
So for
for
should just be
for a
like
room.
for a
For
room.
a room.
Yeah. You
For
feel
a
the
room.
difference?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
looking
looking
for a
for a
room.
room.
Hmm.
For a room.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking for a room. For a room.
Yeah.
So hard.
That's
How
okay.
did it?
You're doing great.
Uh,
So then, good. So then what would you say would maybe be another, are there any other like things that stood out to you there that you're like, oh, I need to remember that or work with that?
um, I think I think something that kind of helps me kind of well, I'm obviously I'm still not good at it, but something that helps me kind of flip into it is the whole like looking.
I'm looking,
Yeah, like that kind of flipped L, that more flipped L, that and
looking
then
for
the
Maury or
yeah,
something.
I'm
Yeah.
looking and then and then the looking for a room,
Hmm.
a
Yeah. So I
room,
think you'll just have to kind of
for a
drill that
room,
for,
for for
for,
for a room,
for a room.
for a room,
Hmm. Yeah.
for a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of times it's just the pacing that's just kind of hard. It's like it's certain
I'm looking for a
sounds that I'm
room.
not used to doing right before
Yeah. You
certain
might have
times.
to slow it
For a
down
room.
and then speed it up.
Hmm. I'm looking for a room.
I'm looking for a room.
I'm looking for. Oh my gosh. I'm looking for a room.
Yeah. And then speed it up a little bit. I'm looking for a room.
I'm looking for a room.
For.
I'm looking for a room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Looking for a room.
I'm looking for a room.
I'm looking for a room.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so try to
And
think about like the stresses too. I'm looking for a room.
I'm working to kind of emphasize room, and it
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
leads into that. I'm looking for a room.
Nice. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. So then, um, do you feel happy with that? Do you want to move on to
I'm
another
never going
phrase?
to feel happy with it, but I think it was good. I think
I
that was good.
definitely think it's much improved.
Thank
All
you.
right. So, yes. So we practice and we improve. You're doing great. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to try doing another phrase.
Okay. The post the postmistress.
Okay. So
The
this one's a little tricky.
postmistress.
So here, I don't know the postmistress. Post postmistress. I think
The
it's going to
postmistress.
be it's hard to like the
I feel like
postmistress.
I feel like
Like
just tone might be it
I
more
think the
important.
T at the end of post, the post
Postmistress.
mistress,
The
the
postmistress. The postmistress.
the post mistress. Like I feel like you're not totally changing. I don't really know that any of the rules so much apply here. We have to understand it, you know. So it's more
Postmistress.
of like the attitude I feel like here for this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. The tone. Yeah. 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 It's just the postmistress.
The post mistress.
Yeah. Postmistress.
Yeah. Try so try like you're chewing gum and you just got your nails done and you can't touch anything. You're drying them. So you're like, Fran Drescher in The Nanny or
Yeah.
something, right? The postmistress.
Yeah. The postmistress.
Yeah, and
The
then try like
postmistress.
you're an ugly Betty, like her sister or something.
The postmistress.
Yeah. So channel like a few different characters that you can think of. Now like a New York City cabbie. The postmistress.
The postmistress.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes when you kind of channel different
Yeah.
people, it can help you to kind of stumble on what you're going for. Um,
The postmistress. The postmistress. You know.
yeah. So now do like you're like a rebel without a cause kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
The postmistress.
Yeah. Do you want to have to deal with this person? Do you want to be here talking to her?
No,
No.
I,
You
yeah,
don't want to
no,
be here. You want to be back in New York. There's just no work there, right? And you're like, I didn't
yeah,
have a choice. It's this or starve, you know?
yeah.
So yeah, I
It's
think
or
you and this
stop.
is the very last house here. It's like, don't you have a motel? Right? Like, what's wrong with you people? You
Yeah,
know? So yeah, it's like you're the last house, you know? I didn't have no more choices. Right?
yeah.
So yeah, so it's so getting into that attitude too. So you don't want to be here. You do not like this place. You want to be back in New York. You know, you're like New York. I lived there my whole life. What am I
Mm,
doing? What am I doing here? You know? So
yeah.
yeah, so a little more of the attitude shining through, and I think that'll help.
Okay. Okay. Postmistress. She said she she just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room.
I'd have.
She just said I'd have.
I'd have to go. Right? So and then instead of the crisp T, I'd have to go door to door. Think more of the like rounded, like
Or
door to door. She said I'd have, she said I'd have to go door to door. Try to exaggerate it early on and then you can minimize it later.
postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room.
Can we just leave off the T there? The postmistress.
The postmistress.
I think it's the rhythm of it. The postmistress. The postmistress.
The postmistress. The
Yeah, I think we're taking a
postmistress.
little too much time on mistress. So move through miss a
The
little faster.
postmistress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you feel the
The
difference?
postmistress.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Awesome. So then let's try go through go through those phrases and kind of flow through both of them.
Okay. The postmistress. Postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um,
And how do you feel about that?
that was definitely better.
Yeah, good. Awesome. All right, so let's try some other phrases. So a lot of it is just challenging yourself to do it. You just have to practice it and try it, and you'll be like, "Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let's try this." And you'll be like, "Oh, that was a little bit better. Now I'll try this." No. And then you try another, and you're like, "Oh, there it is." Right? So a lot of
Yeah.
it is going to be just playing until you figure out the shapes and the patterns and such. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Enjoy the last house. Enjoy the last house in town. Enjoy the last house in town.
You are.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Endure. Endure. Just try saying that a few times. Endure.
Enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Endure. Endure the last house in town. And like practice with that nasality.
Enjoy the last house in town. Enjoy the last
Yeah.
house in town.
Can we do it kind of like accusatory, maybe like
and you're the last house in town.
Yeah, like you're mad about it, right? It's like,
Yeah,
dang it, there's no one else. Like
yeah,
if you're my last hope and you don't
and you're the
seem like you're
last
gonna let
house
me
in town.
stay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that it's like, dang it.
I
Like
just barely started down the street, and you're already the last house. Yeah, like yeah,
exactly. It's like I've already asked everybody else and you don't seem like you're gonna let me stay here. Dang it, I'm
yeah,
screwed. You're like, there's
yeah,
nowhere else.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's like, ugh. Yeah,
and
so it's like,
yeah,
she already basically has been like, I don't like you. What are you doing here? And you're like, dang it.
yeah,
Like, I'm screwed.
yeah. I I also feel like he, given like the narration and like the setting, I feel like there needs to be a little bit of also like he knows he's in a spot that he can't, where he can't win. Like he knows
Yeah.
he's at her mercy,
It's a
and like
pickle.
yeah, and so I do I and it does talk about how tired he is and
Okay, yeah, so he
that kind of thing.
might do it a
It's
little
like
bit differently. Yeah, so let's try that where he's just defeated. He's like,
yeah,
look, I'll do whatever you want. I just need a place to stay.
yeah, and like he doesn't have to be and like he's
And
clearly
he
not
probably
happy about
hasn't
it.
eaten for a while,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, let's try that.
Okay. The postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room. And you're the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here? Hmm.
Yeah, okay. Let's try a few different ways. Let's try like where you are exhausted, you have not eaten in 3 days, and you just feel defeated.
Yeah, postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room. And you're the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Nice. Good. All right. So then um let's try let's try that you are just fed up. Like you have had it. You're like, I have no more patience. Like I am frazzled. I just need to freaking sit down. I'm so over this.
Yeah, the postmistress. Keep wanting to emphasize miss. I don't know why. The postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room. And you're the last house in town.
Okay.
Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Yeah, yeah. And then, I mean, do you think that he already knows that they don't have a hotel?
I think he's asking it like he knows but is hoping like just this hope and a
Please,
prayer
is
that
there anywhere,
yeah,
even if it's the next town over,
yeah,
isn't there one somewhere?
yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
that
close
it's
by.
like really hoping beyond hope. Like, please let there be one somewhere. I'll
Yeah,
walk 10 miles. I just gotta be done with this. Yeah,
yeah,
okay. Good. All right. So then let's try that you are so hopeful. Maybe you see something in her and you're like, oh, please, please let me stay with you.
yeah. The postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room and draw the last house and draw the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Great. Awesome. Maybe you say that to be like, you're a good Christian lady. You know there's not a hotel. You can't leave me stranded.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe try kind of like, you
Almost a
know,
little charming, manipulative, almost a little.
okay, yeah, let's charm her into letting you
Yeah,
stay with her. Maybe she has the coolest house of anyone, and it's
yeah,
the closest to your job or something.
yeah, yeah. The postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room and draw the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Nice, good. All right. So then let's try. Let's do what are some other ways you could convince somebody or like ask for help? Um, you could be more demanding. Let's try that.
Hmm. The postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room and draw the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Nice, yeah. Where it's like, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice, good. And then let's try. Um,
Really shy, maybe a bit more shy,
okay. Yeah.
or just
Or
very
maybe she
uncomfortable.
makes you nervous.
Yeah, yeah, very nervous, and just uncomfortable. The postmistress, she just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room, and you're the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Nice. Yeah, good. Um, so good. Yeah, any other ways that you think he could try to like maybe you could play it cool, like no big deal. Like I'm a cool New York guy. I'm an artist. I'll figure it out. Like a
Yeah,
little more like psh, no big deal.
yeah. Which actually is something that I feel like even though he is tired and he is defeated, I feel like as a New Yorker, he's also kind of used to it. Like, and like he's kind of going. It's like this isn't the first time he's had to, you know,
Yeah,
ask.
to deal with people who like don't care and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna pester y'all until you give me something."
Yeah, it's like he knows how to speak humbly, but it's also very directly, and it's like he knows
He's
what
like,
he
"You're
needs.
the last house in town. I'm not gonna leave until I get what I need."
Yeah, yeah, or just kind of or almost kind of like a. So are you gonna help me, or are you gonna help me or not? You
If
know?
you're not, then give me a solution.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's go ahead and try that again.
yeah. The postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room, and you're the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Nice, good. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So then, cool. So then let's try. Mm, did you let's go ahead and I know we've been kind of trying different things. So I want you to try it again just as though like this is you recording it and just kind of pull from everything you just did and what you liked, what you didn't like and just kind of follow your instincts this time, okay? Just sort of like mix it up with whatever you felt like was working well.
Okay. Postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room, and you're the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Nice. Yeah. Good. What do you think of that?
Thought it was good.
Good. Awesome. Great. All
I felt
right.
like I was able to kind of also just rein it in a little bit. Didn't have
Yeah.
to exaggerate it as much, which is good.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think too, depending on where they're from, they'd have more or less of that, strong, thick, New York accent. So it depending on who they are,
Yeah,
if this is
and
somebody who went to like a fancy school and learned art, they might they might not necessarily have as strong of like a somebody who's like working construction on Long Island, you know?
yeah, yeah, and the fact that and that he's short, that they say that he's short, and that he has horn rimmed glasses,
Mm.
and that he's an artist. I feel like he would probably be on the more uh, maybe on a little bit more on the
Yeah,
awkward nerdy
sure.
side of
Yeah,
New York, of a
right.
New Yorker,
Yeah,
like the equivalent.
absolutely. Okay, great. So then, awesome. So let's go ahead and we're gonna try it again one more time and make him a little bit more of like a very well educated and a little more artsy New Yorker.
Yeah, the postmistress. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room, and you're the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here?
Yeah, maybe you're like, please, very hopeful.
Yeah,
Please say yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So excellent. Then let's move forward in the scene then.
Hmm. Um, just like his next line.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, I could actually say where I'm from. Um, New York. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't want it to sound like too stereotypical. New York, but also at the same time, it's like New York. I'm here from the WPA. the Works Progress Administration.
Nice. Yeah. Does she look confused when you say WPA?
Um, prob Probably,
Does
but
she
also it's
know what it
probably
is?
like it's probably just like it's probably just a habit
Sure.
that
Yeah,
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 yeah. And but I would assume that she also doesn't know. But and
yeah.
he already knows before he even says that, like he knows that she's not gonna know. And
Yeah.
it's kind
Okay.
of
Sure. Yeah. So then I feel like you might do more like a W. I'm here from the
W
WPA.
from WP from WPA.
Yeah, you feel how you're doing like a W. I feel like
Yeah.
that is a little,
WPA.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
WPA.
WPA, the Works Progress Administration.
Work
Maybe not many people have heard
works
about it yet.
works pro boy
Yeah,
work
the Woy. Yeah, exactly. We
works
have to remember those
works
diphthongs.
progress. The boy work works what
Woiks.
works. Is it like full on what oi
The
or like
Woiks. Yeah.
works
Woiks Progress.
works progress works progress
Progress.
works
More
progress
bright.
works progress administration.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
works
You feel the
progress
difference?
the works progress administration.
Administration.
Administration. Administration.
Yeah, you got to get that attitude in there. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and we're just going to try some more of these lines of his. We're just going to go through and just try all of them.
Okay. I'll just keep going after
Yeah.
doing this one again. Okay. New York. I'm here from the WPA, the Works Progress Administration. I'm supposed to do some painting. I'm supposed to do some painting in the post office. I'm supposed to do some painting in the post
Painting.
office. I'm
Painting.
supposed to do some painting in the post office. Not that kind of painting. Not that kind of painting. I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I work large, murals mostly. So keep going.
Yeah.
They cut my orders in Washington. $4 per diem. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Can we try now going through and let's just read through the whole thing? So you're going to do the narrator, the different characters, all of it.
Yeah. Okay. A warm breeze had dried the sheets. I was taking them down when a man started across the side yard. A stranger. Grandma, I said to warn her. Whoa, she called out to him. What's your business? He carried nothing in his hands and looked travel worn. I'm looking for a room, he said in a funny accent. He was a little fellow for this part of the country. Who sent you to me? The postmistress, he said, blinking through horn rimmed glasses. She just said I'd have to go door to door to see if anybody'd rent me a room. And you're the last house in town. Don't you people have a hotel around here? Used to, but it was burned to the ground in the War of 1812. Grandma watched him to see if he was dumb enough to believe that the War of 1812 had been fought around here. He was. Where are you from? She asked. New York. He stood drooping in the yard, keeping his distance from Grandma. I'm here from the WPA, the Works Progress Administration. That government? Grandma's eyes narrowed. He nodded. I'm supposed to do some painting in the post office. Give it two coats, Grandma advised. The paint's about the only thing that's holding it up. Not that kind of painting, he said, tired. I'm an artist. I work large, murals mostly. Well, you won't get a mural in our post office, she told him. There's not room in that cracker box to hang up your tintype. He knew that. But they cut my orders in Washington. Now Grandma's eyes narrowed to slits. That's our tax dollars in action, she said. What they paying you? $4 per diem, he said. Son, you're home. Grandma said.
Nice. Good. Excellent. All right. So then, what were the things you liked best about that?
I I feel like it just well, the accent is better,
I
and
think so.
yeah, which is good. And I feel like I actually did a pretty good job of switching. Like I was expecting myself to like kind of stumble a bit more when switching back and forth, but I feel like I did okay.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, you definitely can record, the individual lines and go back and edit it all together, but that's definitely going to take a lot more work afterwards,
Yeah,
So it's if you can get it to where you can switch back and forth, that's going to be better for you as a voice actor, with your time and vocal energy and everything and focus and whatnot. So, just, something to keep in mind, um, as you're doing it. So, yeah. So I think we made a lot of good progress today. Do you
yeah,
want to keep working on this week and maybe try to work on it until you get it recorded?
sure.
I'd love for you to try to get some music down.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say like this is I feel like this still needs more time. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe be working on it this week and then if you like it, you get to where you're confident with it, let's try recording it.
Okay.
Okay? And like you
Okay.
said, this is all from the memory of a child and they don't really know what it's supposed to sound like, so maybe they
Yeah.
remember it a little bit differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just a thought.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
That it maybe doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes I think it can be like, as long as it gives that sort of, energy to it, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah. Because I feel like if I'm listening to an audiobook and someone from New York is like talks and the narrator goes way over the top with the oh I'm from New York and it's just like okay like they don't all talk to that extreme so it's just like I don't know maybe that's just personal preference the
Hmm,
little bit more subtle
could
but
be.
but but at the same time it's like but I also don't feel like what I just did was over the top so
Yeah. Yeah, so I think keep practicing it. I also think it could be helpful to, maybe find some other scripts just to kind of continue working, maybe try listening to things and then try to like repeat back what they said. Take phrases that are common phrases that we think of as a New York sound and, try to just repeat those phrases back. So yeah. So
okay
try to have fun with it this week, okay?
I'll try one last question do
Yeah.
you ever I don't know I've found that I consistently, and I don't know why, something that I always struggle with is just the he said, she said. Just those,
Ah, yeah.
just because they
So
sneak up
for
on you
he, if you're doing it like, are you asking in terms of like for the accent, or in terms of as a narrator?
as a narrator. Like
Ah, yeah.
I feel like they tend to just kind of sneak up on me, and I just kind of like say it.
I would
Like
say feel like you can take your time with it more. So like, I'm saying the line for the character, and then you pause. He said. And then the next character's talking, she said. So I always try to put a little gap between any character line and narration. And you
mhm,
can always, if you listen back and you feel like it's too long, you can always go in and chop out some of it.
yeah, even if yeah, so you can even pause, even if it's just for your own sake of
Mm-hmm. Yes.
switching it, and then you can just shorten those pauses.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Good
Okay,
question. Yeah. So I would just say always pause as a rule of thumb anytime you have a character voice shifting to narration and vice versa.
Okay.
Or like a character says one thing, pause, another character says another thing, like without narration in between. Always just put a pause to let people know, like, this isn't the same person talking.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
this character's talking, pause. She said, well, blah, 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 blah. He
Yeah.
said, right? So I leave a teensy gap for all of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
good question.
Wait. Yeah.
Yep. And if it sounds awkward, you can fix it in the edits.
Sweet.
Alrighty, well, great work
Awesome.
today. Thank you for being brave and trying something that pushed you out of your comfort zone.
I'm just glad none of my roommates are home. So
Aw. Alrighty, well, keep up the good work and I will see you soon.
awesome. Thanks,
Bye,
Andy.
Brigham.